Hiccups are involuntary spasms of the diaphragm, followed by a sudden closure of the vocal cords, producing the characteristic hic sound. An interesting fact is that Charles Osborne holds the world record for hiccups, lasting 68 years. Meanwhile, Jennifer Mee from Florida may hold the record for the most frequent hiccups, up to 50 times per minute for over 4 weeks in 2007. So, why do we experience hiccups? Are they beneficial to our body, or just an unnecessary reflex? Hiccups start with an involuntary contraction of the diaphragm, a large muscle located below your lungs that plays a key role in breathing. When the diaphragm suddenly spasms, it causes a quick intake of air. However, before this air can reach the lungs, the vocal cords close rapidly, blocking the airflow and resulting in the characteristic hic sound. This interruption in the normal breathing process is what creates the sensation of a hiccup. The feeling of a hiccup is typically brief, but can be quite uncomfortable. It happens quickly, often without warning, and can sometimes persist for a long time. The unexpected spasms of the diaphragm cause a sharp intake of air, which makes the sound and the sensation feel jarring to the body. Despite being a common occurrence, the reason behind this physiological reaction remains unclear. Scientists have not pinpointed the exact purpose of hiccups in the human body. One theory is that it might be a vestigial reflex, a leftover from our evolutionary past. The body might have once used this response in a different context, and it simply remains in our systems without serving a clear, beneficial function now. Some suggest that hiccups could be a mechanism tied to ancient aquatic life, when early fish used similar reflexes to prevent water from entering their lungs. Others wonder if it could have served a function in our mammalian ancestors that helped in the digestion process. However, no theory has been fully proven, leaving hiccups one of the more mysterious aspects of human physiology. Have you ever eaten your lunch so fast that you start hiccuping? When you gobble down food too quickly, sometimes air gets stuck in your stomach. That air pushes on your diaphragm, the muscle that helps you breathe, and makes it twitch. This is one of the main reasons why we get hiccups. But hiccups aren't just about food. They can also happen when our feelings go wild. Imagine you're really excited, or maybe a little scared, and your body feels all jittery inside. Well, that excitement can surprise your diaphragm too, making it twitch just like it does when you eat too fast. You might get hiccups when you're laughing too hard, or even if you're feeling anxious. And guess what? Some medicines can mess with your diaphragm too, just like some foods. It's like your body gets confused by all the different signals and ends up hiccuping as a result. Then there are drinks and foods that can stir things up. Have you ever had spicy food or a big gulp of cold water? These can surprise your stomach, which then sends a signal to your diaphragm, making it tighten up and cause those hiccups. Sometimes we don't even know why hiccups happen. You could be sitting quietly and suddenly, hic, there it is. This makes hiccups even more mysterious, like a secret your body is keeping. Hiccups might actually be a leftover reflex from our distant past. One theory suggests that they are a relic from when fish transitioned from breathing underwater through gills to breathing air through lungs. During this transition, early fish would inhale water and then quickly close their throat to prevent it from entering their lungs, similar to the way hiccups happen. This action could have evolved into the hiccup reflex we experience today. Studies of animals support this idea. Researchers have noticed that the pattern of nerves responsible for hiccups in humans is similar to the breathing patterns in amphibians, like frogs, as they move from gills to lungs. These animals still use this reflex when they shift between water and air breathing. It seems that this ancient reflex stuck with us as we evolved, even though it may no longer serve the same purpose. Some researchers believe hiccups might have had a practical role in our evolutionary history. It's possible that this reflex helped mammals, particularly newborns, clear air from their stomachs. The diaphragm's sudden movement could have helped push air out, preventing discomfort or even choking during nursing. This could have been an important function in early mammals, making hiccups a useful reflex in infant development. Even though hiccups seem unnecessary today, these theories suggest that they might have once had a vital role in our survival. The mystery behind why we still hiccup is connected to how our bodies evolved over millions of years. Hiccups in babies are surprisingly common, and in fact, some babies begin hiccuping even before they are born. Doctors believe this early occurrence of hiccups might be a reflex that helps babies clear out excess air in their stomachs. When babies are nursing, they often swallow air along with the milk. This air can trigger the diaphragm, the large muscle beneath the lungs responsible for breathing, causing it to twitch and lead to a hiccup. The reason babies are so prone to hiccups has to do with their developing bodies. At birth, a baby's diaphragm isn't fully developed and isn't as controlled as an adult's diaphragm. As a result, babies are more likely to experience the involuntary muscle spasms that cause hiccups. Since the diaphragm plays such a big role in breathing, any disturbance in its normal function can lead to hiccups. Fortunately, as babies grow and their diaphragm strengthens and matures, hiccups become less frequent, and their bodies gain better control over this reflex. Hiccups also serve an important protective function during breastfeeding. When a baby nurses, the sudden contraction of the diaphragm during a hiccup might help prevent milk from being accidentally inhaled into the lungs. This is crucial because inhaling milk can lead to choking or aspiration pneumonia. The closure of the glottis, the opening between the vocal cords, during a hiccup blocks the milk from entering the windpipe, ensuring that it only goes into the stomach. This protective mechanism helps keep babies safe and is an example of how the body adapts to ensure proper functioning, even from a very early age. When it comes to getting rid of hiccups, people have come up with a variety of remedies, some based on personal experiences and others passed down through generations. One common method is drinking water slowly. Many believe that drinking water gradually can soothe the diaphragm and reduce the spasms causing the hiccups. Others suggest holding your breath. By holding your breath, you increase the amount of carbon dioxide in your blood, which might help relax the diaphragm and stop the hiccuping. Another remedy that some people swear by is consuming a spoonful of honey or peanut butter. These sticky substances might seem to help because they force you to focus on swallowing, which could potentially interrupt the hiccup cycle. However, despite these claims, there is little scientific evidence to support the effectiveness of honey or peanut butter in curing hiccups. On the other hand, there are several methods that aren't as effective. For example, many people try to scare or surprise someone to stop their hiccups. The idea is that the sudden shock will disrupt the hiccup reflex. However, this method doesn't have scientific backing and usually doesn't work consistently. The problem with this approach is that it focuses on distracting the body rather than addressing the actual cause of the hiccups. Despite being a common and sometimes annoying occurrence, hiccups still don't have a clear explanation for their purpose in our bodies. One simple fact at a time, that's how we understand the world. Like, subscribe to Simple Why and tell us your question below. Your why could be our next video.